So I've got a picture of a deer I took on my morning walk yesterday, and I'm going to bring you guys along for the edit. Let's hop right into it. First thing I want to do is drop my shadows. I want kind of a moody, dark shadows, bright highlights image here. So then I'm going to lift my highlights some. Let's turn on our clipping so we can see what we've got going on. I'll lift my whites. Not too much, about plus 20. I'm going to crush my blacks just a little bit here. That's pretty good. Going to turn my clipping back off. One thing I want to do is get rid of this ugly branch. And that's a lot better. It's not completely gone, but it's not distracting my eye anymore. From here, we're going to mask out our subject. And Lightroom did a very good job of that. And I'm going to duplicate and invert that mask. So now I have one of the deer and one of the background. Starting with the deer, I want to bring the texture up some. This image already has a lot of detail. I mean, you can count the eyelashes. Really loving this Canon R10 with the 100 to 400. But I am going to take the texture up some just to enhance that fur a little more. I'm going to take the contrast on the deer down a little bit. And I think that's about it for there. On our inverted mask, I'm going to take the exposure down. Just 0.1 so the deer pops a little more. I'm going to cool it off. Just -5. Since the deer's got a little orange in his fur, it kind of stands out against that. And I'm going to take the sharpness down, -60, and the texture down, -5. I'm going to bring in just a little contrast. I'm going to slide my black point over some. I want some real dark blacks. It's not bothering me that they're a little crushed with this particular image. And we're going to give just the slightest S-curve. Take our exposure up 0.1. We're going to come on down here to our HSL sliders. On saturation, I'm going to drop the colors that aren't really prominent in the image. Lift our orange just a hair and our blue as well. On hue, I'm going to take the blue just a little bit to the left, a little bit more of that blue-green. In our luminance, I'm going to take the blue down just a little bit to darken those shadows some. And now I'm going to hop on over to color grading. I basically want to put some orange in the highlights. So starting with the highlights, I'm going to lift my saturation pretty high. Search for the color I'm looking for. Bring it back just a little bit and take the luminance up some. Now in the midtones, same thing, lift our saturation. And then find the color and dial it back. Not going to mess with the luminance slider there. From here, we're going to head on down to our detail. And click the target button. Come in here on the fur and the eyeball. Hold our Alt key. Converts it to black and white. All right, now we're on the radius. And dial it back a little bit. Detail up a little bit. And masking at about 25. I think that is pretty good for sharpness. Let's take a look in our shadows. I don't see any noise. Shot this at ISO 400. Last thing I want to do is throw in a little vignette. And one more thing. Let's throw on a radial gradient. Nice and big right over the middle. And just give it a little bump in exposure, 0.30. And there we go. That's the deer edit. We have our before and our after. Sure is a cute little guy. I love editing these wildlife pics. They usually look really good right out of camera and just need a little tweaking. That's what we did. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.